Well, there it is. Japan Open pushing down. Let's see if I can get another opportunity to engage here. Glad I took my profits. Broke back shorting. I can't stop full porting. I remember that night. That was one of the best nights on the stream that we've ever had. That night, and then the first night we played Cook Carrots, and while we were playing it, we won the trade. Both of those shows are top 5 shows all time for the night shift. We're giving away a Lucid 50K Flex account. These are the accounts that you see me trading here on stream with you guys every night. I love Lucid. I have not been trading with them for about a month. But just for those people who are a little unfamiliar with Lucid and my experience with them, this is my Lucid dashboard right here. These are my payouts from April 1st all the way through May 19th. We took out almost $15,000 in payouts from Lucid. These were all 25K Flex accounts. Since then, I have upgraded to the 50K accounts. So we took most of these payouts live on stream all through April and May while we were here on the show. And now currently I'm sitting here with these 3 Lucid Flex accounts right here that I'm trying to get back to funded. I would love to pick up and get max allocation, get 3 of these funded completely, and then get back on. I was 1 payout away from going live with Lucid before I blew up that last account, and then I switched over and started just trying out a few other firms. But this is, I love Lucid, man. This is my experience with them. They're absolutely fantastic. I have nothing but high praise to give to the firm and to these accounts. You can pass these accounts in 2 days. The day you pass the evaluation, you can instantly upgrade the account to a funded account and start trading that same day, which is real important because you have to have 5 minimum profit trading days of $150 on the 50K accounts. You can get that the same day you pass the evaluation. So you knock basically 1 extra day down to be eligible for a payout, which is really cool. Once you trade for 5 days, there's no buffer, there's no daily loss limit, there's no consistency. You can take out 50% of your profits on day 5 at the end of the trading day. $1,000, I believe. And then when you go in and withdraw it, at least for me, it does not have to be 5 days in a row. No, it just has to, you just have to have five profitable days of $150 or more. They don't have to be back to back. Once you've gotten 5 days of $150 profit, you can take out 50% of your profits. I was hoping we would come to, I thought Japan might want to push a little bit lower here. That was probably my opportunity to grab right there at VWAP, but oh well. We'll just be patient and wait and see if we get another opportunity. For me, when I requested my payouts with Lucid, from the time I requested the payout until the money was in my bank was 5 minutes or less. Oftentimes it was under a minute, and I think the longest one was like 5 or 6 minutes. So how much do you need for the max payout? $4,000. To take a $2,000 payout, you would have to make $4,000. But you don't have to. That's the nice thing about the Flex accounts. You don't have to. You could take out 50% of whatever it is your profit is. If you need a payout, the flex accounts are the easiest way to get to a payout. Even if it's not a full max payout, the flex accounts are the best, your best opportunity to get a payout. They have the easiest rules to meet to be eligible for a payout. No daily loss limits, no consistency targets, no buffer to pass. Just trade and have 5 minimum trading days. That's the only real rule. Don't hit your drawdown limit and have 5 profitable trading days. That's it. All right, what are we up to? Oh, that's enough. Let me get rid of all these people. All right, you guys can stop typing. I got all the names. No more entries. We got all the names right here. We're going to spin the wheel for a Lucid 50K flex account. No more entries, guys. The bot's turned off. The code word's turned off. All right, shuffling up. And spin it, baby. Let's go. The real M. Jones. Please stand up. Make yourself known, my friend. Who's Mike Jones? You got to type something in chat. I'm going to start counting. Ten, 9, 8, 7. Hey, I got the 7. So close. You were very, very close. You almost lost it. All right, Lucid 50K flex. The real M. Jones. You have been put into the winner's circle, my friend. Go to the Prop Score Discord. You can find a link in the description of the video that you're watching right now. Once you're there, go to the Claim Your Win channel. And there's instructions on how to claim your prize. I know. Dan's so right, dude. 24 hours ago, we were 1,400 points lower. The volatility since Friday has been off the charts. Absolutely off the charts. It's been insane. Guys, when we're doing a giveaway, just a little piece of advice. Make sure you refresh the video and make sure you're on live, that you're caught up and buffered up. Because if I spin the wheel and your name comes up and then I call for you and you don't say anything, we're going to take you out and we're going to re-roll it. And it's all because you just weren't caught up on the live video feed. So make sure when we're doing the giveaways, you're caught up on the live video feed. All right. I promise you guys, I know that every time somebody wins, everyone is immediately suspicious. We have our ways and we catch the cheaters. If there's a cheater, they get caught and they get banned. We have caught 85 people in the last 2 months that have been banned and have not gotten their accounts. And we give them back to the community on other shows. So we choose to trust unless there's a very good reason to be suspicious. And we have tools behind the scenes that we use to determine whether someone is cheating us or not. And we are very good at catching them. They think they're very good at cheating. We are very good at catching cheaters. So the lag is about 6 seconds. I have ultra latency turned on the stream settings. It's the lowest amount of latency I can give you. It's like 5 or 6 seconds. How do they cheat? Well, they enter with multiple accounts and multiple emails. Are you saying you want all of us to assume positive intent? I'm saying I understand. Look, for a year, I was in your position. I would be watching Matt's show. He would be doing a giveaway. I would type in the keyword. And I would think, man, I never win this thing. I won one time. I won one giveaway from a spin of the wheel. And then I won the lifetime giveaway with one of my songs. So those are the only things I've won before. And there was one time Matt was really nice on Bonanza giveaway Bonanza. There was one month after I had been in the chat for a while, he made me a mod. And there was one giveaway Bonanza that he gave every mod a free account. So that was cool. So I won one on a wheel spin. That's it. I won one because I was a mod. And then I won a lifetime subscription and an account or a couple of accounts from the songwriting tournament that we had back in the fall. Kyle says the only account you got was on my stream. Oh, I remember the Futures Desk. Yeah. They shut down 2 weeks later. Oh, damn. That sucks. How do we get the price line set up? If you want to use what's on our charts right here, you have to go to the Rocket Scooter platform. You can find a link in the description of this video. Our mods can post it in chat for you as well. But you go to rocket.place and you can purchase a subscription to the trading platform and all the tools. So, and Matoski says if we don't catch the cheater, the prop firms will. And if the props don't, then they'll never get the payout because of the KYC. So cheaters typically never get anywhere with these because if we don't catch them, the prop firms catch them. And if the prop firms don't catch them, when they have to go, if they get to a payout, they have to go through KYC and then they get busted there. So it's a waste of time. They really just waste our time and the prop firm's time, and they just steal the joy of trading communities everywhere. All you good, like honest, kind, positive people. I don't know why you have to keep updating your live feed. It sounds like an internet issue on your end. Boosted Dine says, night shift Matt, did you ever get day shift Matt, the quaaludes he was asking for this morning? I did not. Matt will trade nudes for lewds. Matt, I probably shouldn't say this on stream. I still have some pain meds from my motorcycle accident. I didn't take all those. I know where you live. Yeah, I don't know, man. All of everything behind the scenes is top notch back here. I run a speed test and I'm getting 850 down and I'm getting 875 up. on the last speed test. So I'm it could just be a YouTube issue. I don't know. It's not me. Everything here is working great. Harley mystery solved. I wrecked my bike. I had to get out of there so fast. I left my keys. CQG's back up for next gen. Nice. That's good to know. I know they were having some problems earlier today, so. I didn't buy VWAP. No, I was still waiting to get a retest of that this lower area right here. I think it's a YouTube issue for the buffering. I really don't know, guys. My internet is on fire here. It's screaming. We're hardwired in. We're getting almost a gig up, almost a gig down. So it could just be a YouTube feed issue. I don't know. Brosby says, even with the fajita lesson and back pain, thank you, Brad and Matt, for all the streams. Of course, man. I love streaming and I love trading. And to be able to do both of them at the same time, it's kind of the perfect world. I told y'all last night, recently I accepted a full-time offer. Matt made me a full-time offer to join the team and leave my 9 to 5 and just focus on this, which is a dream come true, honestly. Like being able to actually trade for a living. And even though trading isn't yet my main source of income, it's getting every month, it gets a little bit closer to that. So to have all of my time and attention now being able to make the stream better, make my trading better, make the community better with prop score, it's a absolutely dream come true. My bike was not a Harley, BJ. So they were not my Harley keys. I had a Honda Rebel 1100. Years of wipeouts, accounts blown to dust, strategies crumbling, no one to change the color of the text for DD Band. Well, that's just the color from the Rocket Scooter platform. I mean, it's the same color on the Rocket Scooter platform. I think I might be able to like increase the. I can make it brighter. Would that help? I don't like really bright things on my chart. Everything, I like it more muted. That's why I go with dark background. I go with the softer blue and pink candles. The red box is the brightest thing on my chart. Well, the yellow lines, I guess, but. The Honda Rebels are so nice. They're just good cruisers. They have an entry-level 500, which is super light, very easy. Like if you're kind of a newer or beginner rider, the Honda Rebel 500 is fantastic. The 1100 obviously is a little bit stronger, heavier, can get up and go. Honda's just Honda just makes a bulletproof engine, man. Like they just work. They just work. I loved it, man. I miss riding. I really do. I really do miss riding. Especially days like today. It was so sunny out. There was a nice breeze. You just get out and cruise. It's so good. The red bar on my chart is a weekly gap from our last massive, the last May 25th. From this gap up on the weekly time frame. The end of May, Friday, May 22nd to the Sunday Open. It was left open for 2 weeks until last Friday when we had that 1,600 point drop. We finally crashed through it. And since then, we have come back. We have retested it as resistance. We tried to break through. We could not. And now here we are again. It's going to act as resistance as we move higher. Already tonight, it has done both. It has acted as resistance, it broke through, and it has acted as support. Half gap as well will do the same thing. That's what I have on my charts. You had a Honda Shadow with the big engine? Dude, the Shadows are so sick. I haven't been back on the bike since after my accident. Partly because Lady Darb is just like, yeah, you're not riding again. I'm not going through that again. Getting that call, following an ambulance to the hospital. She's like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. I respect that. Do I think SpaceX will have an effect on NQ tomorrow? Probably. SpaceX, I bet, joins the Mag 7 on NQ at some point. It's going to be it's going to come in at a $2 trillion valuation right out of the gate. Yeah, I rode every day. That's how much I loved riding. It was basically my everyday ride. So, and if you've ever ridden motorcycles, you know, like you ride a motorcycle with your head on a swivel. You're just constantly scanning for everyone who's not looking for you. You're always like you're actively driving when you're on a bike, and you can't just zone out because no one is paying attention. People are so distracted even more than ever today when they're driving, looking at their phones, messing with their radio, watching a show on their freaking video screen or whatever. Like no one is paying attention. So I had a few close calls, but what happened was I was driving down. It was a 4-lane divided highway, so two lanes on either side, with a divider in the middle that would have brakes that people could, they could turn left or right and cross the highway and turn in the divided highway, right? So I was on the inside lane and I was cruising about 50 miles an hour. And it just happened to be the one day that I didn't wear all of my gear. Usually I would wear my jacket, my gloves, my boots, my helmet. All I had on was my helmet, a t-shirt, and some jeans. No gloves, no jacket, no boots. I was cruising about 50 miles an hour. And I see an SUV pull out of this parking lot and cross into the middle of the divider and stop. And I'm coming up and I'm watching them like, okay, they're looking. They stop. They're stopped for probably easily 3 or 4 seconds. You know what I mean? Like they didn't just pull in and then just immediately take off. They pulled into the divider. There's no other car around me. There's no car immediately behind me or beside me. I'm the only thing that's in their field of view. And I'm probably, I don't know, I'm doing 50. I'm coming up. They stop. Literally, as I get right up on them, they pull out in front of me. And I had to make an instantaneous decision. Either slam into the back of this SUV and go through their back window or flip over the car or lay the bike down. And instincts, I guess, just took over and I laid the bike down and just tumbled down the road on the concrete for about 300 feet. Separated my shoulder, broke my wrist, road rash all over my arms and my hand. I thought I was going to have to get a skin graft on this hand. And then Lady Darb says, you did have your boots on. I picked one up off the road. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So, yeah, it was not fun. The helmet did its job. I never lost consciousness. I was awake the whole time. I can remember the visor busted off at some point. And I can remember rolling down the road and seeing like concrete and blue sky and concrete and blue sky and just hearing my helmet bang, just like bam, 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 just banging on the concrete. And then there was one loud final bang because I smashed into the curb and my helmet smashed against the curb, and I'm laying face up in the gutter on the curb. And I'm staring at the sky, and there blue sky, and I could remember clouds. And I remember looking up thinking, the helmet worked. That was the first thought that crossed my mind, was the helmet worked. So I crawled up, I pushed myself up out. Like, at that point, there's so much adrenaline going through your body, you don't even really know what's wrong with you. You don't really understand the extent of any of your injuries at that point. And so I pushed myself up out of the road and got up onto like the sidewalk area. There's just like some grass and some sidewalk there. And by that time, some cars had come up behind me and they stopped and they were like, oh my God, and they're jumping out. And I push myself, like I sit up, I push myself up. I'm sitting on the ground and I sit up and I look down at all of my, like, both arms from elbow to wrist were just gone. It was just blood. It was just shredded blood. Both arms, elbow to wrist. This hand, from the middle of my palm all the way down, you can maybe even see the pink. So you can still see the pinkish discoloration here. But this whole palm was about a quarter-inch deep, just missing all of the flesh. It was just gone. And I look down at this arm and I'm like, wow, that's gonna sting. I couldn't feel a thing at that point. I couldn't feel a damn thing. And but I can remember thinking, ow, that's gonna sting. And then I look over at my other arm is on, kind of holding myself up, and I look over and I start feeling this kind of like tingle feeling in my hand, like it was asleep. And I look over on the ground and my wrist and my hand is just like almost 45-degree angle bent the wrong way on the ground. And I was like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. And then I looked at all the road rash on this arm, elbow. And then I started feeling my shoulder was out, and I was like, oh, damn. The bike was actually pretty okay. The bike didn't roll. When I laid it down, it just slid on the peg and the handlebar until it ended up on the curb about another 50 feet beyond where I went. So it just, the gas tank got scraped a little bit. The handle on the right side got all beat up and had to get replaced. The brake pedal, the brake, all that. The tank got replaced. I ended up selling that bike for more than I paid for it originally. Yeah, the person never saw me. They didn't stop. No, they didn't stop. They never saw me. In fact, I can remember turning around thinking, please stop. And they never stopped. And no one coming up behind me went after them. They stopped to check on me. And there were no cameras around. It was just, I fell. They didn't see it. That's it. All right, let's do another giveaway. Let's get a new keyword up. What are we doing? Let's do another Lucid 50K Flex account, guys. We got a couple more of these to do. Give me a keyword. Give me a keyword. Road rash. Perfect. Right out of the gate. Sean nailed it. Road rash. It sucked, dude. Road rash was horrible. Type in road rash, guys. Type it in. The road rash was actually the worst part of the whole injury. The burns, they were insane, man. The burns were insane. Lady Darb would have to unwrap my wound 3 times a day, and we'd have to wash them out and clean them and then wrap them back up. And when your nerve endings, when you get a burn like that, the nerve endings are firing constantly. Constantly. They never stop. And man, it was brutal. It was weeks of brutal pain recovering from the road rash. We had a wound specialist that we started reaching out to because my hand was not healing right. And they were really close to ordering a skin graft on my hand. And finally, we got in touch with a burn wound care specialist, and she started helping us treat it, and it got better. But dude, it sucked. It sucked because my shoulder was displaced and my wrist was broken. It was in a sling too. On top of that, I would have to sleep on my back with my arms. I had this like huge like wedge pillow that I would have to sleep with on my chest and have my hands strapped up for weeks. It was, oh God. That right there is one reason I'm probably not going to ride on a road again. If I ride anymore, it's going to be on a dirt bike, on a track, out in a field, on some land. As much as I love riding, the thought of having to go back through that process again and go through that experience of healing and recovery and rehab. I went to rehab for weeks after my wrist surgery. I lost so much. My shoulder is still so weak. Like it's just, it lost all of its muscle tone. I still can't lift my arm straight up. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but like this arm I can extend straight up. This arm I can't because my shoulder stops at a certain point now. It's just all kinds of little things that just are like, yeah, I have no desire. I don't love riding enough to want to take the potential of having to go through that again. Especially with the idiot drivers on the road right now. If you're not paying attention to motorcycles, shame on you. Every time you get behind the wheel, you need to be looking for those guys, man. Yeah, not to mention putting Lady Darb through all that stress and my kids, right? Like everybody who loves me in their life, all the stress that they went through getting that phone call, you know, it sucked. Three hours down, 2 hours to go, guys. We've banged out one trade. Don't really have any opportunities to take a second. At this point, you could treat the yellow line potentially on a good break of the yellow. You would want to see the same thing. You want to see a break retest, push back to the top towards the DD band. Currently, not a position I want to get into right now. I would rather let the push continue and then just like here, or just like here, let the push continue and then wait for the pullback. Wait for this. This right here is what most traders cannot be patient enough for. You can't wait for that. And so you start buying the top. And then the pullback happens, which you know you should have waited for, and you get stopped out, and then price runs where you thought it was going to go. Just like here. Wait for the pullback. We didn't quite get this is so there's two types of pullbacks, right? You see the pullback where it actually is like heading down as a pullback, and then you have the pullback where it's just more of a sideways base. And that's you two different ways you could enter a trade on a pullback. Let price run, pause, try to take the low of that area and go. Let price run, pull back to a support zone and watch it go. So we get creative here in the Asia session when we don't have a ton of rocket scooter levels to work with. We have a couple around us right now. We've got our yellow margin buffer limit line here, and we've got our upper DD band, which is based off of our rocket scooter risk interval, which is currently lined up with our Varus zone here as well. To me, if I wanted to get into a trade long from here, half gap and yellow line should both act as resistance. I think maybe like halfway between those. It could very well just turn right there and head up though. All right, guys, let me grab all the names and we'll spin up our wheel for another Lucid account. No more entries. You can stop typing. I've got all the names. I'm turning the bot off right now. The keyword has been turned off. There's all the names. We're spinning the wheel for a Lucid 50K flex. These are the accounts that you see me trading here on screen right now. 2 days to pass, 5 days to pay out. No daily loss limit unfunded. No consistency unfunded. No buffer unfunded. You can take 50% of your total profits, capped at $2,000 per payout. All right, we're going to shuffle up the names. Lucid is one of the big four. You hear us talk about that on the show a lot. The big four: My Funded Futures, Lucid, Take Profit Trader, Tradeify. Those are the big four in the prop firm world right now. Dragonoviv. I don't know how else you could pronounce that. Dragonoviv. I don't know. You can type the code word as many times as you want. You only get one entry. It doesn't matter how many times you type it. It's only going to give you one entry. I see you, buddy. All right. Teach me, King. Drop the pen. You're getting a Lucid 50K flex account right now. All right, you have been put into the winner's circle. So now what you're going to do is go to the Prop Score Discord. You can find a link in the description of the video that you're watching right now, Prop Score Discord. And head on over there. I think I'm going to move this down to half gap. Head on over there. Go to the Claim Your Win channel in the Prop Score Discord. There's instructions there that you can follow to get your account. Okay, congratulations. Hope you enjoy that account. Man, I could have tickled a wick right there. Why did I move my limit order? Why did I move my limit order? That would have been sick. That's exactly where I had my limit order. I could have tickled that wick. It was just begging for me to tickle it. Why didn't I buy the VWAP? Because I was waiting for I wanted to see a retest of the lower gap like we did here. I wanted to see one more. When Asia opened, I wanted to see a lower retest of the gap. That stinks, man. DD Band is your next target here, guys. We may still get one more drop, but I don't know. I'm not going to chase it from here. God, I could have tickled that wick so good. Oh, why did I move my limit? The old reach around. The old reach around. A good play. Typically the play for upper DD band is to, just like we've been doing here, let it break through, come back and retest. That's typically the play you want to see on DD band. We don't have any of like the DD ratio to know the strength, like if it's above 50 or not. Like we don't have any of that information. We've been in a very bull market. We've already pushed up tonight another 200 points here in the Asia session that we absolutely raked on all night. It was fantastic. Do I put it back on? Do I put it back on? I think I'm going to put it back on. We'll take a stab. We'll take one more stab here. See if half gap will hold up here for us. I'm here every night. Yeah, Sapan Taylor. We're here every single night. We start about 10 minutes before the Globex Open hits the clock. We start at 6 p.m. Eastern. Well, we actually started like 5:45 Eastern. And I stream for about 4.5, 5 hours every single night. We've been doing it now for about almost 5 months now, 4.5, 5 months. And we're now the #1 most watched live day trading show in the Asia session. There's no single streamer that gets more total views over a 5-hour period than we do. Because most streamers, let's be honest, they don't got the game to stream for 5 hours. They stream for about 90 minutes and then they're like, you know what? I think we're probably done for tonight. Nah, dog, not here. The Night King. King of the night. We go for 5 hours, baby. That was quite the stab. Did NQ do that too? Nope. Look at that. NQ, no wickage. MNQ, stabbing down. I've noticed it does that quite a bit. They don't have Brad, that's right. Got a new follower, like my energy and attitude. Thanks, man, appreciate that. I really do. Matt got that stamina. Yeah, Matt can go 4.5, 5 hours. Dude, last year when I was watching Matt was streaming in the morning and in the afternoon. Matt would start streaming. He would come on at like 7:45 in the morning. He would stream all the way up to 12:30, and then he would go over to My Funded Futures. He would stream for an hour on My Funded Futures, and then he would come right back to his own show and stream all the way to market close. Every
Connection lost.
Day. Every day. That dude streamed marathon like 7-8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. It's crazy. He got that dog in him. It's probably why his back is all messed up. Hey Enzo, we're way past, man. You got to catch up on that stream, buddy. and then he would teach boot camp for 2 more hours. That green juice that iDoc was feeding him every morning, man, kept him going. I remember one time I was driving, Lady Darb and I. This was like around, I don't know. I think it was sometime around November. Maybe it was before that. Sometime in early fall last year. Lady Darb were making a trip up to Dallas. We were driving up I-45, heading north to Dallas. And it was like the middle of the afternoon. It may have been when we were doing the songwriting contest. I think that's when it was. And it took like 6 weeks to get through the songwriting contest because there was so much music to listen to and people to vote on and all that kind of stuff. And I can remember Matt streaming in the afternoon. He was playing some songs or something, and Lady Dar was like, he sounds tired. I was like, yeah, he really needs to like hire some more streamers. And then, like, lo and behold, about a month and a half later, Matt put out the notice that he was going to try to hire 2 new streamers. And then the rest is history. Here we are. Here we are. If I could only pick one setup to always long off of, MHP. Bull Zone Bottoms and MHP. Both of those, to me, are the strongest pivots that Rocket Scooter can give us. Monthly Hedge Pressure and Bull Zone Bottoms. You just discovered the live stream because YouTube recommended it. Well, awesome, man. Welcome here. Thanks for checking the show out, for hanging out with us for a little while. We're going to be here for about 2 more hours trying to find some trades. We got some giveaway accounts still to go. We still have 4 more accounts to give away tonight. We still have another Lucid 50K account to give away. We have 4 Rocket Scooter 20-day boot camps to give away, and we have 3 My Funded Futures 50K rapid accounts to give away. So we still have some absolute banger gifts for you guys tonight. We got about 1,200 people watching the show, and we've only got about 866 likes. I think we could get to 950. I think we can get to 950 on the likes, and we'll do we'll give away our last Lucid account. I don't know that I'm going to have a stop loss on this. I might actually add in, if we drop any lower, like back towards VWAP, I might actually average in down here. Where are we at? That's 50 points. Do you use the same rocket scooter concepts on your cash account? When I trade my cash account, I will use the rocket scooter concepts. I'm not trading my cash account right now. I am adding to it and I'm building it up. Do you have to have Discord to accept the giveaway? Yes. You have to be able to